Hey, thank you guys for listening to Middle-Aged and Mediocre.
And scared.
And I'm just scared, Joel. I'm sorry.
You startled me.
I thought you were. I said, are you ready?
And I said, yeah,
And you
because
go,
that's
yep.
how I answer everything.
And then I started the show, and you jumped.
You gotta like wave your hand at me first. We need a hand signal.
I'm waving my hand. Are you ready?
Yep.
Hey, thank you guys.
Oh my God, it scared me again.
Christ.
I was more scared that time watching you.
Why were you more scared? We are middle-aged and mediocre.
We sure are.
Wow, we're really bad this week. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
That's Joel, and we are back with episode 10.
10.
So we're on our third. We've had 2 gruesome murders.
I thought you were going to say our third podcast because I was
our
like,
third podcast ever.
Third or fourth.
I was
10th episode of our third or fourth podcast.
I was talking to somebody about like our podcast history.
Sure.
Like how we started at the rough sets thing, and like I completely forgot about the everything is awful, nothing is good. I remembered it like the next day, and I was like, holy fuck, we had that one too.
That was the rock bottom, I think.
That was when we hit. We were just like, you know what? Life is the worst. Like, let's just get together.
You want to be sad together?
Basically have a therapy session publicly.
With Freebird and Nikki.
Yeah. And they just kind of look at us like, Jesus Christ. So, but now we're on to murders.
Yeah.
We've gotten over our thing, our self-pity. We're like, let's talk about people getting murdered.
We know who we are. We're middle-aged and we're mediocre.
Yeah. So, the last 2 podcasts, we've been getting a lot of, seems like a lot of good feedback on them. People are digging them.
Good.
So,
I've threatened a lot of people.
Hey, man, you keep threatening.
Yeah.
Do you need me to give you any knives when you leave tonight?
I'm using spoons.
That's whatever.
I sharpen them into knives,
works for you, dude.
but they started as spoons.
That's a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
I can just give you a knife.
I don't sleep.
You like your spoon knives, though. Okay.
I'm a spoon whittler.
Oh, that's fine then. I'm not gonna step on your style.
Yeah.
You just keep getting us.
4th generation.
Whatever. Weird. Whatever you gotta do.
Look, we couldn't afford knives, okay? My grandpa's grandpa. So they had to buy spoons, which are cheaper, and they'd whittle them down the knives.
Can I ask why spoons are cheaper?
Man, we ain't got time for all that, okay?
I don't know.
We're here to talk about murder.
I don't know the intricacies of.
Yeah, it's
silverware.
obvious. It's obvious, Cash.
I guess so, man. One of these days we're gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give me a lesson.
Well, not today, cowboy.
Oh, I got a serious question for you.
Okay.
Really a serious question. And I want like a real answer
I'm good
from
at these.
you. Okay, I want a real answer.
Okay,
from you.
real answer.
But I'm gonna ask you the question, and then I'm gonna give you some terms.
Okay.
Because I really like to like control your answer.
Sure.
Basically. So the question is, like, what's your greatest fear? The terms are, you can't say death.
Okay.
Or anything. Like, what's a tangible fear? Like, what's a thing that is like exists, physical thing? What's your biggest fear?
Probably people not liking me.
That's not a tangible thing.
It's not tangible?
No, tangible is like
what's
something.
tangible? Is that like a vegetable?
Touch.
Okay, I can touch
tangible
it.
or vegetable or mineral, yeah.
So I just went too deep.
Yeah.
I need to keep it
like
surface.
I want to avoid the dying alone or whatever.
Wow, goddamn. That's
so like spider, snake, roller coasters, clowns.
Fear.
Yeah, fear itself is
No, I'm trying to think. Honestly, I'm trying to think.
Fear?
I don't
Dolls?
like roller coasters, but I don't know if I'm scared of them. They're just
like a phobia. Like you have a phobia of anything?
Being asked questions I don't know the answer to.
Like this has nothing to do with anything. I'm trying to think.
I'm
trying to find out.
I don't like snakes.
A weakness?
Yeah.
In case I ever have to turn against you.
There's a lot.
So snakes.
Yeah.
I'll start with that.
Definitely.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, nothing to do with the rest of the episode.
Sure. I'm
just
not
trying...
like I don't like love to see spiders and stuff, but
spiders and snakes, perfect. I got stuff to work with here. As a host of
women, on the most part, scared of all of them.
You said snakes.
Oh, god damn!
Up here.
That's good.
Up here.
That was the worst.
Yeah, that was
high
awful.
five was
so
terrible.
I fear high fives. As a murder podcast host, I'm preparing. So I'm just working on a profile for you.
Okay.
That's all, man. That's all.
Snakes, women, and spiders.
Okay.
Oh my!
All right. So you want to get into it?
Let's get
into it, man.
All right.
Our story for this week.
What?
Takes place in 19.
Wait.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
What?
shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean,
why?
I brought a story this time.
You got a story?
My whole notebook here.
Did you take all those?
I took a lot of notes. I wanted to. You've been doing this, pretty much every episode of every podcast. You come prepared.
You got like 100 pages. You got like 300 pages of notes.
I've been working on this for a little while. I found this story,
Holy
and I wanted
shit.
to impress you.
Well, oh, fuck. All right, I'll put my story aside.
We can save that for next week or something, okay?
All right, awesome.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, this one's a little bit more recent. Yours has been like olden times with like
1920s.
Hitler and shit and like Ghost
Hitler.
Yeah, Ghost Hitler. This one's
From the
1988.
future. 88.
It's in the Los Angeles area.
All right, 88, Los Angeles.
And this takes place in like a corporate high-rise tower. All right, like a skyscraper,
Right. Okay.
Right.
Those were big in the 80s.
Sure.
I mean,
sure. And it's L.A.
Yeah. They were everywhere.
Yeah. And it's they're having like an office party. All right.
Okay.
And it's a Christmas office party. It's Christmas Eve.
Sure. Well, it's good timing on your part. Like.
Yeah, that's why I thought,
Okay,
Christmas
awesome.
Eve is
Okay.
coming up. So this made me think of this story
All right.
that I read about once. And it's an office Christmas party.
Okay.
But while they're having a party, the building is overtaken by a group of terrorists.
Joel, what the fuck, man? What are you doing?
They're German terrorists take over the party, and what they're there to do is they're trying to steal $640 million of bearer bonds. So they take the entire office party hostage.
This isn't a.
The entire the skyscraper's empty except for this office. They're having this giant party.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like there's pregnant chicks. People are doing coke.
Sure.
It's an '80s party, right? And it's taken over by terrorists, and they're there to steal the bearer bonds. But what they don't know is that at the party is an off-duty New York City police officer.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
And can I take a guess at something?
Take a guess.
Is he there to see his estranged wife?
Yeah, the New York City police officer.
Joel, this is fucking Die Hard.
No, he's there to see his estranged wife.
Joel, this is Die Hard.
He's in the bathroom when the terrorists come.
This is fucking Die
So he
Hard.
hears them and he hides.
Does he have his shoes off? Is he barefoot?
Have you read this book too? The story? I read the book. It's based on a true story. So he's in the bathroom when the terrorists break
How do you
in.
have so many pages? Okay.
And luckily for him, though, he's able to contact an LA police officer on the outside named Al.
Yeah.
Al Powell.
Okay.
And I saw pictures in the book. You gotta think of like Carl Winslow from
All
Family
right,
Matters.
Joel, I gotta stop you. This is fucking Die Hard. What are all those pages of notes? Is that just the script?
It's the script to Die Hard.
What's going on, buddy? Why'd you?
I thought maybe you hadn't seen it, and I just wanted to come with the story.
Die Hard's my favorite movie of all time.
All right.
Are you
okay? All right. I made that one up, but I have another story. I have a
Okay.
backup story.
You have another story.
Okay. This one takes place in
This was just
Chicago.
like a
Yeah.
Okay.
This one takes place in Chicago at the airport.
No, we're not.
And
No, that's
it's-
Die Hard 2.
Die Hard.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
I have another story.
No. What's your other story?
This
Does it take place
one-
in New York?
Yes.
Does he have like a black friend?
Well, sure. Doesn't
named
everybody?
Zeus?
Yep.
We're not doing this.
Okay, I have
That's
a
Die Hard
fourth.
3. I'm cutting you off.
Actually, I don't know
We're
the fourth story.
We're going to an ad,
Okay.
and we're going to be right back with a real fucking
Oh,
story, and
man.
not Die Hard.
His name's John McClane.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so any more stories?
All right, this one's about a guy that was in a train crash, but he
Okay.
didn't get hurt, even though everyone else died.
Now this sounds interesting. All right. Well,
Bruce Willis.
I could talk about Bruce Willis movies all day.
Oh,
to be
yeah.
honest,
He's good.
But that's not what this podcast is about.
Okay.
This podcast. Well, this podcast is.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you tried.
I did.
You brought a book.
You have so many books. I was like, I bet Cash has never
This
seen
is
a
one
movie.
of my books.
Yeah.
This is the Die Hard script that I own. I don't know how I didn't recognize that. Yeah, you really should have known that Die Hard was. I mean, I think I have 5 copies over there.
Yeah.
And the poster.
Oh,
I'm wearing a shirt that says Die Hard.
Yeah, you are.
No, okay, so the past 2 episodes have been about murders, and there's some deaths in this story, but for the most part, this is a lighthearted affair. So,
other than the death, it's
other
pretty
than the
chill.
So, We're gonna go.
That's how I describe the Bible to people. I'm like, other than all the deaths and everything, it's pretty good.
The deaths, the
plagues,
the incest, the plague.
Sure.
Yeah, like the random almost killed my kid.
I actually never recommend the Bible to anybody. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, if you
got like a wobbly table and it's really wobbly,
a bunch of pages.
Yep.
Bunch of pages. We need to. Let's stop. Probably. So we are going to head to 1915.
Okay.
Right after World War I.
I'm getting in my time machine.
That was the Great War.
Yep.
And
that was the first one.
They didn't call it World War
nope.
I.
They called it the prequel.
Yeah, they called it The Force Awakens, I believe. And we are going to be in Australia.
Oh.
You got a Australian accent?
Good day, mate.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Thanks.
So, 1915, after World War I, WW1, the Australian government was struggling to find its returning soldiers employment. They decided that they would give the returning soldiers their own land so they could begin farming, because there weren't a whole lot of other jobs available at this time. So basically just we got over 5,000 soldiers. They're returning from war. No jobs are available. They got nothing. Here's some land. Start farming. And at this time in Australia, wheat and sheep, which I'm guessing like was it like
cotton?
The cotton?
Yep.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is from the sheep.
Yeah.
Like
wool.
those were wool. There you go.
What the fuck, cotton?
Cotton. I was just like, yeah, sure, that sounds right. It's white and fluffy. Wheat and wool were Australia's like two main imports.
Wow.
Or exports. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
wool, wow.
Wheat and wool, wow. Wool roll one. Let's pronounce our W's.
Yep.
And then a few years later, the Great Depression hit, and their wheat and wool took a pretty heavy hit.
Went downhill.
So, like I said, a little over 5,000 soldiers were given plots of land that they convert into working farms, primarily to grow wheat and raise sheep on. By 1920, all of the good farming land was pretty much gone, and they were having trouble finding good farming land. So instead, the government purchased around 220,000 acres of land, and that was all given. That was like basically good land. It was decent land. 220,000 was good land. So after that, they were like, shit, we still got a bunch of soldiers.
Shit, mate.
That need crikey. That need land. So they began giving the remaining soldiers really shitty land in Perth, Australia.
Oh, Perth.
So it wasn't good for farming, really. And most of the soldiers who had received land were already having, even the good land, they were already having a hard enough time farming on it because they weren't farmers. They were soldiers. They were young when they went into the army. You know, they come back out. They don't really know how to farm. And that's all the good land. So now you also got soldiers with shitty land, and they're having even harder time with all of this. So yeah, they weren't. They were struggling to produce prosperous farms due to lack of experience and having to do so on barely usable land. In 1929, the Great Depression hit, and wheat prices and wool prices plummeted, so the soldiers were basically fucked.
Damn.
And on top of all that, there was a giant bird problem.
Wait, are you talking about like birds that are giant in size?
That's the one.
Or they have so many? Oh, okay.
Well,
both.
Let's go with both.
Giant birds.
Yeah.
There was a
giant bird problem.
Wow.
So, they were emus.
Okay.
Emus. I'm sorry. Not
I'm
emos.
emo.
There you go. You almost went there. So these weren't emos. These were emus.
Okay.
And an emu.
That's where emos go to college. Boom, boom, chink.
EMU. So I don't know how much you know about an emu.
Not a lot.
So their average height is about 6 feet tall.
All right. I'm taller.
You're taller?
Yeah. I'll fuck an emu up. I don't care.
They're about 120 pounds. And then they can run at about 40 miles an hour.
Okay, that's a little faster
so they can
than
probably outrun you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Turns out they're also stubborn as fuck.
Okay.
And as the story will go on, you may start to take back your confidence in being able to beat the fuck out of one of these things.
I think I could still break an emu's neck.
Okay, as of right now,
okay,
that's good.
If you're out there and you're an emu and you're listening to this, fucking bring that shit, bird.
Bring it on, emu.
Yeah. I'm 6'2", bitch.
Oh, shit.
260, bitch.
Can run 20 miles an hour.
Well, I can run about, I could probably run about 5 miles an hour.
I was giving you a lot of credit.
6 miles an hour.
So this thing's definitely going to run you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll outthink it.
We'll see. We will see.
Oh, I hope I see an emu now. Oh, God, I hope.
I don't know if...
All right, I came over here in a good mood. We're going to talk about Die Hard.
I didn't realize
shit's going pretty good, and now you just throw these birds in my face, trying to make me feel like less of a person because I can't keep up with the emu? I'm sorry, go on.
You good?
Yeah.
You good?
Fuck.
You gonna calm down?
I'm calm.
Okay. Until 1922...
Fucking 6-foot bird.
Until 1922, in Australia, emus had been a protective native species. But they had wreaked so much havoc on the wheat farms that they were officially reclassified as vermin.
Ooh.
So they went from protected to fucking vermin. Like,
so emu ain't no better than a rat.
Not in 1922. After 1922, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They, just basically said, "Fuck you, bird."
Yeah. Fuck emu.
What they would do was they weren't only just eating all of the wheat, but they would just lay on it and like flatten it and fuck it up.
That shit's disrespectful.
Yeah, and like there'd be a shitload of them. So these farmers are by 1932. So we're jumping. So 1922 they became vermin. 10 years later, there were 20,000 of them running around the farmlands in Western Australia in Perth. So 20,000 emus, these giant goddamn birds, eating all of the crops that are already
just laying around, laying
around on them.
Cocksuckers.
Yeah, real dickheads, really.
What noise does the internet cow make? Emu.
I
don't know. That's not good.
But see, they actually they usually had migrated away. Like they typically migrate, but they had decided for some reason in this time frame, like, hey, there's all this fucking wheat because there's all these farmers all of a sudden. We're not going anywhere. We're staying right fucking here. So that was kind of why there was so many of them.
They're stubborn.
The ex-soldiers were killing the birds by the thousands, but we're still not even putting a dent in the population. At one point, they even put a bounty on their beaks.
Cool.
So, like, kill one, bring back its beak.
We'll pay you.
And we'll pay you in wheat, I guess. I don't know what the fuck they would have to give you. And eventually, the ex-soldiers, the farmers, ran out of ammo. So they couldn't keep fighting them because they didn't have any fucking ammo.
Wow, it's like the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, you only have so much until it's just like...
They need a Eugene that can make bullets and weapons and stuff.
I quit watching at some point, so I don't know.
Yeah.
He was good in the comics for a little while. I think he made some stuff. In 1932, they turned to the Minister of Defense, George Pierce. So, like, they didn't, like... They just went right to the top.
Yeah.
Like, we got an issue, and we need the Minister of Defense that would usually be handling, like, foreign countries invading us to get rid of these fucking birds.
Hey, we got these birds. I wonder if they tried to hang little pie tins. You ever see people that do that?
Yeah.
I wonder if that would do anything to an
emu.
emu.
Give a shit.
No. They probably lay on them. They
like
pull them down and lay on them.
They're stubborn as fuck.
Fuck, I hate emus. I never thought about an emu before tonight. And now I fucking hate them.
Like, I know they're not a native species to America.
Well, they better not be.
But I'm assuming there's some in zoos. So you might want to try to get, like, take a tour of zoos. And the first one you run into, just be like, it's fucking on.
Well, let's drive to Columbus right now.
You're just, like, punching an emu in the face.
Yeah. This is for Australia, bitch! Mommy,
Aussie, oi.
That man's punching the bird. You're next, kid.
Oh God. Not everyone in the government was on board with going to war with the emu.
Fucking hippies. fucking Democrat, hippies, or you just gotta let these birds eat all our wheat and lay around.
Yeah, there was one guy over there that was like, let's build a wall. And they were like, this country was built on prison labor. Because that was what Australia was. It was.
It was.
So they stated that it was barbaric that they would start slaughtering their own national bird.
Wait.
Because,
how does emu take? That was their national bird?
By the way, the emu, national bird. The 6-foot fucking tall dumb bird.
Yeah.
That just lays around on wheat.
Yeah, that's us.
Was their national bird.
Oh, not quite
Not
the bald
fucking
eagle.
koala or the kangaroo.
Well, those aren't birds.
I was thinking national animal. I'm going to let you take over because I feel awful. I can't believe I just did that. Are you sure a koala's not a bird?
I mean, I don't like have my phone out when we record, so I'll have to Google it afterwards. I'm pretty sure they're not a bird.
I'm pretty sure I saw a commercial where a kangaroo had wings. They drank a Red Bull first, but... Pierce, the, again, Minister of Defense, argued that they would be using machine guns so it would be quick and painless. Which, I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either.
I don't think just because you're using a lot of bullets at once, it's painless.
Yeah.
It may be quicker.
Might probably scare them. Machine guns are loud.
And he said that it would be useful target practice for training for the soldiers.
I wouldn't even need a machine gun.
You're just using your fists.
No, you give me a spoon that I've whittled down to a knife.
Well, I'm not going to give you one that you already have it.
Yeah. And I'll take care of every emu that's ever been alive.
Holy shit. That's a lot. There was 20,000 in 1932. You better get to whittling, boy.
I'm dedicating my life to going back in time and stopping these emus.
While you're back there, could you find Ghost Hitler and find out what happened to the Hinterkaifeck factory?
Yeah, I will.
That'd be awesome. Let me know.
Yeah.
Then we'll do a podcast about it.
Cool.
And he said that it would be really nice to show that the government had taken action when called upon.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. Fair point. Pierce won the argument. And
they machine gunned the fuck out of them birds.
But before he would put the plan into action, he made the farmers sign an agreement saying that they'd pay for the whole thing and that Pierce would take no blame whatsoever if the operation failed or proved to be a mistake. So...
what kind of confidence does that inspire? Like, hey guys, before we start, if none of this works, like, you guys aren't going to be mad at me, right?
Wash my hands of this.
But I think it's going to work. I'm pretty sure.
I think we got machine guns.
Yeah.
So
they're only birds.
Did they have machine guns? Did anybody check?
Do they have thumbs or
They
fingers?
have no machine. Yeah. We've got this.
Yeah.
Basically, he knows.
But just in case,
Just in case, though. Just sign this real quick before we start killing birds. He knows that this is an insane fucking thing that they're about to do. So he's already distancing himself.
Yeah.
Like, immediately. Just like, hey, So, on November 2nd, 1932. Okay, here's where things get a little murky.
Okay.
In the details. I found different accounts. Some things you read, like, I found, articles from the newspaper when this was happening. I found, just, articles written about it. Now, currently... Sometimes you read that there was, an army unit, an army division, and it makes it sound like there are multiple,
Emu unit?
A bunch. Wow, that was good. I cannot. I'm going to go, now when you go back in time, make them call themselves the Emu unit.
Emu unit.
Sometimes it says there's, a whole group of soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Other times it says it was the main guy and 2 soldiers.
With a whittled down.
3 people out doing all this.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. What I do know is that however many soldiers were out there, they were led by, and this guy's Australia knows how to name their goddamn, give their titles. Give their, leaders titles. So stick with me while I say all of this.
Okay.
They were led by Major G.P.W. Meredith of the 7th Heavy Battery of the Royal Australian Artillery. That's a lot to fit on a name tag.
But call me Ed for short.
Call me Ed. Why Ed?
I don't know.
GPW Meredith?
GPW Meredith.
How many names you got, fella?
general.
He's
private.
a major. He's not a general.
He's all of them.
They went into the district of
Emu unit. Sorry.
They went into. They went into the. There's a lot more you can do with the word emu than there is emo.
Yeah.
So, they went into the district of Campion, armed with 2 machine guns, and the intent to kill 50 emus. However many people were in this unit, they were joined by a film crew for the whole thing.
Okay.
So they were like, "Hey, this is gonna be so fucking cool. We gotta film."
That's how National Geographic started, actually.
Probably.
Someone heard like, "No, you're not doing that. Like, we have to film this."
So their first encounter, they approach a large group of the birds in formation. Understand what I'm saying? They're fighting birds
in formation.
And they're staying in formation.
Yes.
Because it's this serious.
Yes.
Like any other, I would say, bird war, you just fucking go into willy-nilly. And these guys are like, everybody, formation!
I wonder if they form like the flying V.
A flying V.
I mean,
well, they should have done something because...
Mighty Ducks!
They approached this large group of birds in formation and began firing their machine guns. The emus immediately split into smaller groups.
They smart.
And scatter in all directions. About 20 of the 50 emus were killed, but the overwhelming majority got away after one of the guns jammed. So it's an issue when you bring 2 guns and one jams.
Don't bring a gun to an emu fight.
Especially a jammed one.
Yeah.
But still, first blood in the Great Emu War had been drawn by the Australian Army. Meredith said
GPWA say 7 Meredith
had said of the bird enemies. This is great. Birdemies. If we had a military division with the bullet carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. They can face machine guns with the invulnerability of tanks. So he's putting over his opponent.
So he thinks that they're not missing these birds, it's just they're hitting them, but them birds aren't, emus are like...
Well, we're going to get to that, because there's an interesting point about that.
Now I want to ride an emu. Can you ride emus?
See, here's my whole thing. Like, at some point in this war, I would have just started riding them, and I would have made them... Those are my new tanks.
Yeah.
They can run 40 miles an hour. They're apparently invulnerable. And you're on a giant fucking bird. Your enemy sees you. They're like, what the fuck is happening?
But what if the birds, like, start fighting against you and it's an immunity? Mutiny. Mutiny. I fucked it up.
And they're probably just going to lay down. Like, they're probably just going to sit and shit. 2 days later, the army unit stayed hidden in an area where 1,000-some emus were nearby. They waited patiently, and as soon as the birds came close enough, the gunners opened fire at close range. After killing just 12 emus, both machine guns jammed. And once again, the majority of the birds escaped. Emus 2, Australian Army 0. I'm
kind of rooting for the emus now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm hoping that the emus are finally gonna be like, "Hey, their guns jammed again.
So, like,
do you guys just want to kill them?"
These guys got nothing.
Yeah, like, what if we killed them and laid on them?
Hey, remember that guy that time traveled and left all those spoon knives?
Yeah.
Everybody put one in your beak. We're going killing. An army recruit was quoted as saying, "The emus have proven that they are not so stupid as they are usually considered to be. Each mob has its leader, always an enormous black-plumed bird standing fully 6 feet high, who keeps watch while his fellows busy themselves with the wheat. At the first suspicious sign, he gives the signal, and dozens of heads stretch up out of the crop. A few birds will take fright," I'm pretty sure he meant flight, "starting a headlong stampede for the scrub, the leader always remaining until his followers have reached safety."
Aww.
So, I mean...
So because they don't want to die, they're like, they're smarter than what we thought. They don't walk right towards our machine guns.
Or these emus are organized.
Yeah.
And intelligent.
Well, a lot of animals are.
And they're not fucking around.
No.
They're here to stay. Major Meredith's next plan of attack was to gun the birds down from moving vehicles. They quickly found out that they couldn't aim properly between being in a moving vehicle
that'll
and
cause
the birds moving at a fast pace.
If the birds would just stay still,
it'd be a lot easier. Even worse, the only bird they killed that day was one that managed to get tangled up in the vehicle's steering equipment, causing it to crash through a nearby fence and destroy that person's property.
Kamikaze them.
So these vehicles, I couldn't find a lot of pictures of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming Australia had them wiped off the face of the earth out of embarrassment. But the vehicle, like, just imagine a Jeep with, like, no real roof to it.
Uh-huh.
So, like, this bird...
Safari.
Like a safari Jeep. Yeah. So this bird somehow just got his dumb, stupid neck in there, probably. And next thing you know, we're going off, and it dies that way. At this point, Parliament is getting tired of the entire ordeal. Parliament's not either. I wish I would have put that. Parliament is not amused, as I wrote a few days ago before Joel got here and said it. One politician, I love this part. One politician asked if the army fighting this war would be receiving any medals. To which another politician replied that any medals made should rightfully go to the emus, who have won every round so far.
The emus have won me over.
It was reported that Major Meredith's army had used 2,500 rounds of ammunition so far, which was 25% of the allotted total, and had only killed around 200 emus so far. The Minister of Defense, George Pierce, feeling embarrassed, was about to call the whole thing off, but the farmers asked him to keep sending help. He agreed, and a second campaign began. A month into this new campaign, it was reported that 100 emus were being killed a week. So they regrouped.
Okay.
Got the shit together.
Yeah.
Put those shitty guns away, and they're like, let's get 2 goddamn different guns. Because these ones are clearly fucked.
Yeah.
And they're back at it.
So I feel like someone stood up like, these are birds, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, like, one guy was like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah, like, can we fucking...
We're the fucking Australian army. Yeah. Like, I know we've never done anything in history to matter yet. We can't lose to birds.
No.
We just made it through World War I, goddammit.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if, like, you're in the trenches, and one of these giant fucking birds, though, like, is just right there. And you've got a jam machine gun. I mean, it's got to have, like, talons, I would assume.
Your machine gun?
No, like the bird.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is an enemy that could fuck you up.
It could.
So I'm wondering if any of these soldiers like had like flashbacks years later to the fucking emus. After 1,000 emus had been killed, Pierce declared it a victory and ended the campaign. Like, all right, we got 1,000. Let's get the fuck out of here.
They know what's up.
Yeah. I'm dying. Hold on. I'm back.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna die.
It was close there.
I started looking around your room like shit I was gonna take.
I don't blame you. More than anything, this was due to the fact that they figured out it was taking at least 10 bullets to kill an emu. So these things are just absorbing bullets and being like, "Fuck you,
fuck you."
They're 50 Cent.
They're John Wick.
They're all 50 Cent or John Wick.
Yeah.
And they'd already burned through 10,000 rounds of ammo. But 19,000 of the 20,000 emus were still alive. The Great Emu War was over. And the emus had won.
The emus kicked ass.
The emus continued wreaking havoc on the farmers for years. In 1934, 2 years after victory was proclaimed by George Pierce, the Perth government introduced a bounty system and were forced to pay for it, leading to 57,000 emu deaths in that year alone. So as soon as you start offering some money, well, these
Australian rednecks.
Yeah. Western Australia continued to pay the bounty until 1999, when the emus once again became a protected species. Today, the emu is on the Australian coat of arms alongside the kangaroo, and its population is estimated to be between 600 and 700,000.
Wow.
So, that was the Great Emu War. It's one of my favorite stories ever.
I liked it.
Because how fucking ridiculous.
They killed 1,000. Like, we won.
We did it, guys.
But birds can't talk. So.
Well, that's even worse for the army because now, like, it's not even like you kill 1,000 and, like, you're hoping that the birds are telling each other, like, oh, fuck, these guys are serious.
Yeah.
Like, they can't even tell each other that. They don't know the other ones have been dying.
No.
So they're just like, whatever, guys. I would love if this happened today. I would love it if, like, all of a sudden, because of Trump, we were, like, fighting fucking pigeons for some reason. It's just so crazy that they couldn't kill more than 1,000 birds.
Took 10 bullets to take down an emu.
So are you still that confident in your emu fighting ability?
Yeah.
All right. What do they say? 1 spoon knife to every 10 bullets?
Yep. That's what's tattooed on my dick.
What? Oh, that's gross. Your dick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I can't think of a more ridiculous war.
I can't either.
A war against a giant bird.
I'm going to read about so much emu stuff tonight.
At some point, you're going to be listening to My Chemical Romance and
oh, yeah.
Be like, fuck, I went in a different direction. So, yeah, I hope you guys dug the Great Emu War story.
And Die Hard.
Like I said, I didn't want, and Die Hard, the very original story Joel brought. Like I said, there was
he also had a limo driver in the basement.
Let me guess. Plaid? Was his name Plaid?
Argo.
Was it Argo or Argyle? It was Argyle.
What's Plaid?
Well, because Argyle is like a pattern.
Oh, I didn't know
Plaid.
that. Okay.
You know what?
Cut this part out.
These are advanced jokes.
Okay.
And you just don't understand.
I got stupid puns about
my
emus.
advanced humor.
I don't.
You have not seen Die Hard enough. I'm pretty sure his name was Argyle, not Argo.
I thought it was Argyle.
It was Argyle.
Oh, what'd I say?
Argo.
I don't think I did.
You did.
Okay.
It's one wax.
Okay.
So.
Well, we'll melt it down and
I have
check
to make
it out.
sure now that his name is Argyle, because I could be wrong about that.
Josh is on his phone now, looking at porn.
Die Hard porn. Die Hard.
I'm gonna go to Pornhub now. Die Hard porn. It's gonna be like we're like his stepsisters there at the party.
Yeah, Argyle.
Okay.
So
like I said, Argyle.
With your Argo.
Sorry.
That's a Ben Affleck movie.
I meant to say Argo. Argyle is what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all messed up from emus.
You could read you could just watch the movie Argo with Ben Affleck, and then tell me that story because it's a true story at least.
How about Fargo?
That would be good too.
I will.
That's not a true story, but
I'm gonna watch
it's based on multiple true stories.
I'm gonna watch all 3 movies at once.
Fargo, Argo, and
Die Hard.
And there's another one. There's like an animated
Cargo
dog movie.
I think there's a movie called Cargo.
Sure.
This episode's going really well.
Let's just think of words that end with go.
Go.
Let's not. Okay. So, yeah, there was a few deaths. I told you there'd be some deaths.
Yeah,
there were like 1,000 of them.
Birds.
Well, then there was like 57,000 more once they got the bounty.
Deaths.
A lot of bird deaths. Unfortunately, no Australian Army members died, which would have really...
Maybe someone did.
That could have been what really happened, was like they lost a bunch of soldiers. They were like, let's just say
buried
there was
them
2
out
of us.
there.
Like, hey, guys, let's cut this shit out.
We won!
You people filming, you gotta fucking quit.
We won!
Cut. Next week, I don't know if we'll have an episode. It's Christmas.
New Year's.
There's like New Year's happening. I may be spending Christmas Day evening, and then the day after that in a psych institute for my job.
Okay, cool.
So,
see you there, buddy.
Between that and just Christmas things happening, I don't know if we'll have time to record. So, if not, we'll be back the following week.
Build up some suspense.
And bring our first episode of 2020 to you guys. So, and we'll get back into some murder.
See you guys next year.
I knew it.
See you guys in a decade.
I was hoping in the back of my head that we were going to get out of here.
Nope.
Without that joke.
Not.
You got a lot of brown stuff on, I just noticed.
Hat and...
Are you feeling the
hat and hoodie.
Statistically, or mathematically.
They're alive.
They're still alive.
They're in the hunt.
Well, there's a lot that's got to happen.
Yeah.
They've got to beat the Ravens again.
Yeah.
And then the Steelers got to lose?
There's a lot of teams got to lose, and then they have to win. They have to win out.
I think they have to win out.
Yeah, which won't happen.
Steelers have to lose.
Yep. And then maybe Titans have to lose. There's someone else have to lose as well. But they're
it's
alive.
honestly pretty impressive.
I mean, they're not 1-15. They're not 0-16.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's pretty impressive that they're like still alive because the Ravens are fucking phenomenal this year, and like they beat them.
Yeah, they beat them handedly.
I mean, it was during the like 3-week time when Lamar Jackson was being told to stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
So there was like a weird, but still, it was impressive.
It was.
They beat the Ravens. So
they play him Sunday.
Is that the, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought there was a game tonight.
You just gotta leave it all on the field. Give it 110%. You know.
Hit people with your helmets.
Yeah.
I'd say if they just knock out the whole team with helmets.
I think if they can score more than the other teams, it really is going to help them win.
I do feel like most games come down to who scored the most touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know, and who played better.
Who left it on the field?
That's right. What does that mean?
leave it all out there.
They got to come off the field though.
No, you leave it.
So if you just stay on the field longer,
leave it out there.
Than the other team,
leave it on the field.
Is that what that means?
Leave it on the field.
So
leave it on the field.
But if I could just ask, does that mean
leave it on the field? I don't know what it means.
What percentage should you give?
110.
110. All right.
Yeah, every time.
Who's your Super Bowl?
Super Bowl predictions.
Pick? Let's do that now.
All right, let's do that right now.
Before the new year.
All right.
Let's go ahead and say what they are.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick the NFC first. I think that's going to be the Seahawks.
Okay.
And I think the AFC is going to be the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs win.
Okay. I'm going Ravens and 49ers.
All right.
And Ravens winning. I feel like there's no...
Whoever leaves it all out on the field.
Whoever leaves it all out on the field throughout the playoffs and then in the Super Bowl, they're going to win it.
Yeah.
So, if they just stay on the field longer, they
just
got
leave
this.
it out there.
Look at that. We talk bird deaths.
Yep.
And football. This podcast has got it all.
We haven't talked about wrestling, have we?
Not in a while.
That's weird.
You know why?
Why?
Because what the fuck's happening in wrestling that matters?
Nothing. There's no emus.
There's no emus in wrestling.
There's no murder.
I've always said that.
They need a murder storyline.
We need an emu character.
Yeah.
Joel, would you like to be
the
Great Emu?
Yep. That's me.
I'll book you against an Australian fella.
All right.
We'll find one of those.
Crikey!
Crikey! He just says that over. That's his name.
Yeah.
Crikey!
Crikey!
We need to stop.
Yeah.
So everybody, we hope you have whatever the fuck you celebrate.
Yeah.
Have it. Have a good one.
Yep. Leave it all out on the field.
Leave it all out on the field.
Leave it all out on whatever holiday you're celebrating.
I think with that, that's all we got to say.
Yep.
Until next year.
Until next decade.
I hate you. We're out of here.
Bye.